on the Twitter feed, and they said this is not a sport. And the U.S. Open responded to the Seahawks fan, Terry. And he said, in the U.S. Open, whoever's running their feed said, not a sport, says the person about to watch 17 games of Drew Lock at quarterback.
Yeah, how many of those you going to win, buddy?
Wow. You better have the 13th man with him as quarterback.
So that was the U.S. Open's comments. He came back, ratio plus your event is poverty. That's online talk. And then the U.S. Open responded with a graphic listing the top 40 quarterbacks in the NFL, with Drew Lock at number 40. And they said, "Aren't there only 32 teams? Hashtag not a sport."
I love it. That's
Drew
funny.
Lock came in at 40th in the top 40 countdown. Guys, let's see. Let's do this.
Well, he made the cut, top 40.
He made the cut. You're right, Terry. You are right, Terry. Terry,
why wouldn't they? I guess they don't want to trade him in the division. You would think maybe the Seattle would try to get Garoppolo for a year, but I guess you would only get him if you think you could win that year. You know what I mean?
I
guess
just think they got to give up so
win,
much to get somebody.
Yeah,
There's
they
your
wouldn't
problem.
have. You wouldn't have to give up almost nothing to get Garoppolo.
Well, I still go back to what Kevin said last week. We got the number 1 and the number 3 quarterback, right?
yeah,
For Bean.
from 3 years ago for nothing.
And then how much did San Francisco have to trade up to get Trey Lance?
They screwed up.
Do you think?
That's what I'm saying. These deals make no sense. Whatever the deal that they put together, we just all nod and be like, "Yeah, that's what that was."
It's like you
probably
got
worth. Like we don't know.
They didn't screw up as bad as Cleveland, but they screwed.
You got a 22-year-old quarterback that's coming out in the draft, and we'll give you everything for him. You got a 23-year-old same quarterback the next year, and he's.
But if I can,
But wait, let me put it to you like this. I'm gonna put it in other terms. You've got a number 1 and a number 3 quarterbacks that come out in that draft, and both of them have losing records. So what'd you gain?
A playoff win.
I mean, that's what I look at. I mean, that's how I look at it. What have you gained? Both of them quarterbacks you got, neither one of them have a winning record.
What'd you talk about? You saying Baker Mayfield don't have a winning record?
No, he's 29 and 30.
yeah, it's close. It's close to 500.
Yeah, he's got a losing record. And you know Darnold's got a losing record.
All I know is Baker Mayfield has the same number of playoff wins as Dak Prescott.
Fact. Not playoff appearances, playoff wins.
Oh, that's what I was getting ready to say. There's a big difference there.
Wait a minute, what?
I mean, at one time, I'm going to tell you how bad the
Losing is I'm going
to tell you this.
Over there.
Well, no, I'm going to put it to you like this as far as the NFL. You used to have Ryan from Atlanta, who was the most highest paid quarterback at one time, and he had a losing record in the playoffs. So the NFL gives people too much money for stuff that they should be winning. Did Carolina benefit from this? Yes, I think Carolina did. They got 2 quarterbacks now. It's going to be one or the other, but you still got 2 quarterbacks that have losing records. So have you gained anything just by having 2 quarterbacks? Yeah, you got a great backup if something happens.
Got 2 good backups, Terry.
Well, I'm just saying you're going to have that. You're probably a notch above everybody in the NFL because
Steve Berline sitting over
yeah,
there.
your second string quarterback is most of the time a good fill in or not reliable or whatever. He's just a guy that's going to back up somebody once you get hurt. But Carolina does benefit from this with having a good backup quarterback. But again, as I state again, you got 2 quarterbacks with losing records.
All right. Well, this is where the Drew Lock conversation got tied in with the U.S. Open for that. This is Chris Sims' top 40 quarterbacks countdown. So again, like they were pointing out, Zach, that there's only 32 teams in the NFL. Looking at the list, Sam Darnold is ranked 32nd. Where is Baker on this list?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
17th.
Okay.
So they got Baker at 17. We'll go down the list real quick. 40's Drew Lock, 39's Kenny Pickett, 38's Teddy Bridgewater, 37's Gardner Minshew. I think that is way too low for him, and he is an absolute steal. Somebody's going to end up with.
Who is this?
Gardner Minshew.
Oh, yeah, down it.
Not really.
Terry, you want me to read his stats?
I don't care what his stats are.
I'm serious about Gardner Minshew. Like, we just talked about Baker Mayfield, 61%, 29 and 30, right?
Teddy Bridgewater's better than Gardner Minshew.
No, that's not even close.
Oh, yeah.
Minshew's a gunslinger.
No, Terry,
Listen
that's dumb.
No, that's not dumb.
If
You
you're
watch
Drew
Teddy
Lock and Kenny
Bridgewater
Pickett
play.
passed you on the list, I'd be pissed.
So, Minshew, is that Gardner?
Yeah, I agree with you there, Tom. I mean, Zach.
Really?
Yeah, you're Drew Lock, and you've been in the NFL for a while, and Kenny
Pickett's ahead of you.
Right.
He didn't even throw a football.
Yeah, that's it. Not even
Small
throwing the
hands
first
Kenny.
pass.
Where do they have Pickett?
39.
39th.
Wow.
How you going to do that?
Career.
I agree
listen
with
to
you
this,
100%.
Career Minshew, 41 touchdowns, 12 picks, 94 quarterback rating. Got to get on the field to win. You can't do it in Jacksonville. But what I'm saying is that dude is a baller sitting there.
He's not even going to be a starter at Philly.
I know. He's better than Jalen Hurts.
Well, that's just what I'm saying. I mean,
that's
so there's something wrong with the pitcher for him not to be a starter.
Well, they've got their Terry. They drafted Hurts. You know what's going on right there.
So according to Phil Simms, your Cleveland, you gave up 3 first-round draft choices and some other picks,
To move
and
up
paid
4
a guy
spots.
$230 million to move up 4 spots.
Where's he at on the list?
They got Deshaun Watson at
13.
13.
13.
Baker at 17. Tom, there's no defending what Cleveland did in any of this.
You just can't. It's just
It's an awful
my-
holiday.
I think Deshaun Watson's better than Kyler Murray.
Yes. God, yes.
I mean, he's at 12 though. You know, I think he's better than Derek Carr.
Well, how rusty is he going to be
That's
when
the
he
thing, too.
finally gets back on the field after he didn't play a snap last year? And you know what's going to save his skin, Zach? You were talking about 4 to 6. What's going to save his skin are the owners like Kraft and Snyder who have gotten away scot-free and with their shenanigans. So I think the Players Association is going to say, look, why is there a double standard? Why should Deshaun Watson get suspended indefinitely and nothing happens to these billionaire owners? That's what's going to save him. That's why he's only going to get about 4 or 6 games.
If you're Jared Goff and have been to a Super Bowl, wouldn't you be mad they got you ranked at 30th on here?
I would. There's other ones up there that I look at that I would question.
Tom Brady's
Daniel
definitely
Jones.
8th.
Daniel Jones is number 21.
Right.
What in the world has Daniel Jones done?
To be ahead of
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen
First
Hurts,
off,
he's better than
I
Jalen.
mean,
I mean,
that's what-
Jalen's better than him.
Yeah.
Jameis. You can say whatever you want about Jameis. He's better than Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jameis Winston can sling a football.
I think Jared Goff's better than Daniel Jones.
Well, Jared Goff's at 30th on this list, y'all. He's made the Super Bowl.
Sam
Trey Lawrence
Darnold
ain't
is
played,
better
he's
than Daniel
31st.
Jones.
Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, it's good.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, it's actually Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Well-
Lee Corso. Tyrod Taylor. It's actually Tyrod.
Terry, I'll give you this one. I'd rather have Bridgewater than Daniel Jones. So I'll give you that one. Definitely rather have Minshew than him. I'd rather have Minshew than pretty much everyone 20 that's below 20.
I mean, all I've ever heard when Daniel Jones come out, we're getting rid of him. He's no good. And they got him 21.
Well, Phil Simms.
And Jimmy Garoppolo, we talk about how great he can be for
this
somebody.
is Chris Sims' list.
Well,
not
Chris
Phil.
But, well,
Phil's son.
okay, he's 20
Oh, his
on
now
this
Phil
list.
Simms is Chris Simms' list.
Oh, okay. Well, this
I
guy
thought
don't
Phil
know
Simms.
nothing then. Oh.
What did you say?
He said, oh, well, you don't know nothing then.
If we thought it was Phil Sims, it's a different story.
I mean, I think you can argue the top 4. I think he's got that right. I think those. Well, I don't know. Aaron Rodgers.
can you have Aaron Rodgers?
I would
fifth?
say the top 4 young quarterbacks. Yeah, you could put those, but Aaron Rodgers.
You got to put.
There's
You
no
got to
way.
put Aaron
one or
Rodgers better
two,
than Joe
yeah.
Burrow.
Well, I'm
and
gonna be honest.
Herbert.
You cannot put Aaron Rodgers 5th in front of those 4 other guys in front of
Yeah.
him. There's no way you can.
Of the young,
Aaron Rodgers is going to get you 10
Yeah.
wins every year.
of the young quarterbacks, I think he's got it right. Those 4
You know,
young.
Allen.
They're good.
Yeah.
He's got, all right, let's go.
I
to the
don't
top
know
10.
whether
He's
they're better
got
than Aaron
Josh
Rodgers.
Allen, number 1, Patrick Mahomes, 2,
And
Justin
Tom Brady,
Herbert,
all the way
3,
down to 8th.
Joe Burrow 4, Aaron Rodgers 5, Matthew Stafford 6, Russell Wilson 7, Tom Brady 8, Dak Prescott 9, and Lamar Jackson 10, Derek Carr 11, Kyler Murray 12, Deshaun Watson 13, Matt Ryan 14, Ryan Tannehill 15,
Matt
Cousins
Ryan.
16, Baker Mayfield. Panthers move up from 32 to 17 and don't really give up anything. Tom, move up 15 spots, give up a 5th rounder. Move up 4 spots, give up everything and
Give up the-
$230
give up the
million.
future.
And
For the
people are still
franchise.
trying to say that Sam Darnold's going to be the starter of that team. I don't think
He's not.
he will.
And he's not. Mac Jones, Carson Wentz, and Garoppolo. Unless Baker comes in and throws picks in the preseason like crazy, it's not going to happen.
And Matthew Stafford, all of a sudden, he's went from nobody to somebody all the way to sixth.
All right, I'm going to read you current most playoff wins. Now, while looking at this list, remind you, I'm going to read the most playoff wins by current NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah, look, there's Matt Ryan.
And
Look
tell
for
me,
him.
Tell me where they rank on this list when I read them out loud. Tom Brady,
8th,
Aaron Rodgers,
5th,
Yeah.
Joe Flacco.
not on the list.
Hey, he's better than Drew Lock. Come on.
He might not be now. Where is Flacco still? He was with the Jets,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
Tell me he's not better than Sam Darnold.
He might be better than Zach Wilson.
Do you want to talk about Zach
No,
Wilson?
it's not this week. Have you
Tom?
seen the? Have you not seen the Zach Wilson stuff this week?
No.
We'll finish
I'm
up the
sorry.
segment.
Well,
with
yeah,
that.
we'll have to finish up the segment with Zach Wilson.
Because Tom will go on a rant on that one, maybe. Russell Wilson has 9 playoff wins. It's Brady with 35 playoff wins. The next closest is Aaron Rodgers with 11.
Yeah, think of that, y'all.
35 to 11.
Who is this?
Brady playoff wins.
Yep.
Rodgers playoff wins.
Oh, yeah.
Rodgers is 11,
Rodgers is not.
Rodgers is 11 and 10 in the playoffs.
I have to say he's not a good.
Joe Flacco is 10 and 5. Same number of Super Bowls, Terry. Who's done better in the playoffs? Is it not Flacco?
Oh, yeah. And so, I don't okay. Every time I look at it, don't get me wrong, I give Josh Allen a lot of credit, Patrick Mahomes credit. Justin Herbert still got to prove to me.
Mhm.
You know, Joe Burrow, defensive wise, his team showed up.
Herbert's not
and
even
made
been to
him
like
better.
a AFC championship or anything, has he? He might be the most talented.
Yeah,
but,
he's
if you want to
good.
put it like that, but no,
But you got to have
he's the
people
top- he's
around you.
number
There's
3.
10 other people got to be around you.
So Mahomes
You know?
is 5. Number 6 is Nick Foles.
He's not even on there.
Jimmy Garoppolo 7 with 4. No,
He's 20.
So Foles, Garoppolo, Stafford, and Matt Ryan have 4 wins.
Matt Ryan. There
Joe
you
Burrow
go.
and Josh Allen have 3.
That just blows your mind every time I think about Matt Ryan, because at one time he was a top paid quarterback in the NFL and had a losing record in the playoff. See, I don't see how you get money that they getting to be a loser.
Well, he was the MVP.
Okay.
Who is Davis Mills?
Terry, you've been sitting here for all these years watching Carolina Panthers fans talk about Cam Newton. The label of MVP buried their franchise for years. That's what did with Matt Ryan. That's what you're talking about. Sitting there with a losing record. He got the MVP. They made the Super Bowl. Spent a lot of money on him. What was you asking about Davis Mills for? Where's he at?
He's down at 35.
That is the Houston Texans quarterback, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's better than Gardner.
That's
Teddy
He's not
Bridgewater.
better than Gardner Minshew. All right. So that's of the 11 top winning quarterbacks in the NFL. 2 of them aren't even on the top 40 list, right? In the current. Now let's go down. Here's guys who have 2 playoff wins. Blake Bortles, Jared Goff, Ryan Tannehill have 2 playoff wins. Now here's the Dak Prescott All-Stars with 1 playoff win. John Wofford, Marcus Mariota, Case Keenum, Baker Mayfield,
Go
Kirk
to total
Cousins,
wins since they arrived.
Kirk Cousins, Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, and Lamar Jackson all have 1 playoff win apiece. 4 backups and 3 running quarterbacks, 1 playoff win apiece. It's not surprising to me.
Well, only wins in the NFL since Dak come in from when he become a rookie is Aaron Rodgers has more and Tom Brady. And that's it. That's the only 2 other guys that's in front of him as total wins.
Regular season.
Yeah.
Right.
Total wins.
We were talking playoffs, though.
I know, but I'm talking total wins.
But we were talking playoffs.
Playoffs?
Yeah, John Wofford has 1 playoff win. Terry,
When you play in the NFC East, you're going to rack up wins.
Tom, 6 years ago or 5 years ago, when I told y'all it was a mistake replacing Romo and
Well,
putting
there's
in Dak
nobody in
Prescott,
y'all's division but Pittsburgh.
Cincinnati just made
Cincinnati's
the
won
Super
the
Bowl.
Super Bowl, Terry.
That's all I got to say.
And Baltimore.
No,
goes to the
Cincinnati
playoffs every
went
year.
to the Super Bowl.
Right. How's that all? Okay.
You know what
no,
I'm
right.
saying?
never
They did
mind
not
that.
win it.
That's just
But Tom,
the
Zach,
general
5 years
stupidity.
ago. Look,
No,
yes,
it's
if
not.
we're sitting-
Cleveland's never even seen one.
I'm sorry.
Zach, 5 years ago,
Terry.
if we're in a room of Jerry Jones,
God almighty.
That's
And
what
I
I'm talking
say
about.
Zach
You
and
cannot
Jerry.
win this. There's no way you can win. I'm
Terry.
telling you right
Terry.
here, everybody in our division, the NFC East, has won a Super Bowl.
One
But
playoff
go back to
win
the
for
80s, Terry,
Dak
the
Prescott.
90s.
And
Nobody been in the
Tom,
division
you've
with
been around before the
Cleveland.
NFC East was ever born. I mean, come on.
Is this happening?
Yeah.
Okay,
Cleveland's been around since
He's trying to change the
1805.
subject of his sorry
Hey,
quarterback with
Joe,
the playoff win.
Joe, get
Sitting
back on
there at
the.
number 9.
Hey, let's real. Hey, somebody
again,
put
I
Terry
mean,
something
my
on the
goodness.
teleprompter so he can read it.
Yeah,
Come
I
on,
know.
Joe.
Tom, 5 years ago, if I would have said, if we're sitting in the room with Jerry Jones and they get rid of and they put Dak in, Terry, and I told you, after 5 or 6 years, he's got 1 playoff win, the same number of wins as John Wofford and Case Keenum. Would he be happy about that? You know he's not happy right now.
Oh, he's not happy, but I think Dak has fulfilled what he said he would do.
Oh my God!
Which is what?
I mean, you know, I mean,
losing
no.
the playoffs?
No, it's not got anything to do with that.
I
It's
told you I'd lose in the playoffs.
No.
And I have done it.
No, it's not nothing to do that. Y'all know as well as I do, if you're in the NFL, I don't give a darn what type of quarter. It helps to have a good one, but if you don't have a top-notch defense, Cam Newton can tell you that flat out. He got MVP because his defense was way better. That's what got him to where he got to go.
That's not what Cam
But,
Newton
you
would
know,
say.
well, no, he wouldn't tell you that.
That's true.
But the
That
truth
might be
is,
the truth,
we
but that's
all
not what
know
he's gonna
that.
say.
That's
I
what
agree
I'm
with
saying.
both of you on that one.
Yeah.
So you got to have a defense. I don't care. You're not going to be top unless you got a great defense.
Andy Dalton never won a playoff.
That's surprising. You know, for the reason for him though, he was always hurt. Do you remember that? He always had
Always.
a pinky or something wrong with his throwing hand.
Dalton 0-4, Trubisky 0-2, Bridgewater, Wentz, Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Heineke, Tyler Taylor, Mac Jones, Derek Carr, Brian Hoyer, Connor Cook, all 0-1. Lamar Jackson's 1-3, Dak Prescott's 1-3, Deshaun Watson 1-2, Kirk Cousins 1-2.
That was more drama this week. One of Lamar Jackson's ex-wide receivers said nobody wants to play with him because he's no good.
To Lamar Jackson?
He said it on like
Bernard
Twitter.
Pollard.
Yeah, on
Former-
Twitter. He
you
said it
remember
on
him?
Twitter
Yeah.
or something like that.
They were talking about something, and he said they were talking about, and he made the point that no big name wide receivers have ever said, "Hey, I'm going to go play in Baltimore," and he's right.
Because he don't throw the ball.
No, he don't.
It's-
He's going to run it most of the time.
That and it's not necessarily, it's the touch thing. As a wide receiver, you want the quarterback to be able to throw it in the right spot where the way you're running, and that's the thing about Cam. We talked about this.
Mhm.
Do you throw guys open or do you throw it when they're open?
Yeah.
Guys like as playing both positions, I could run down the field as a wide receiver. And if I know you're going to throw it over here, it doesn't matter what route I run, I'm going to be there when you throw it. And to them to know that is so much easier than being like, I've got to get open. In the second you're open, if you're playing with the guy who throws it when you're open, think about this. You run out there, you run this route, you run hard, you turn around.
And you got to find the ball.
But if his feet's not right, if he's not in the right spot, ready to throw the ball at that exact moment, you're not going to get the ball. Guys that can throw it to can make you open, can throw the ball in your direction 10 or 12 times instead of the 4 or 5 to get you those same number of balls. And that's the difference. That's why they want someone who can throw you open, because you can throw it to me whether I'm open or not, and I can move and go get the ball. I would much rather you put the ball up in the air and let me make a play on it. I want to go get it. I want to fight for that ball. Because if you just throw it when I'm open, like I said, you're going to waste so much time and energy
Trying to play
running
defense, too.
No, I'm sorry. As far as a receiver, you're going to waste so much energy running routes to turn around and being open than not getting open. Then Terry, you're not going to quit on some routes because you know you're not going to be open and get the ball. You see, that's when receivers quit. You've got to be able to throw it and make them open. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, and I'm going to put it in prospect of this. As far as Dak, when he first come into in the NFL, his first year he threw 2 guys that were open.
Mm-hmm.
Then Dez Bryant started complaining about, hey, man, you never throwing me the ball, because you know what? Dez did not have the speed to get open, but he wanted you to throw the ball over the top,
he thought he
so
could beat
I
this
could
guy
get it.
man to man.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
can
the
go get it.
And that's why Steve Smith was complaining with Cam, is that Cam couldn't throw the short passes, and Steve wanted to go the deep ones he could go get, but he couldn't throw the short ones. Go ahead, Terry.
But now, as far as Dak, then all of a sudden Dak started changing. Okay, I got to throw over here to Bryant. So when he started doing that, Dak become a little off, because that's not the type of quarterback he is. Now, when I look at, who was we talking about? Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's a total different quarterback to me. It's one of them guys who knows he can run, and if you are not open when he needs to let go of it, forget it. His total of throwing the ball up is not going to happen. He's not going to throw to open guys. He's not going to throw. He's going to run besides doing anything. And, I understand what type of quarterback he is because that's what you're going to get out of him. I think you will see a better Dak Prescott this year because we don't have a Cooper. We don't have a guy saying, throw me the ball, let me go get it. And I think Dak will be a total better quarterback than a lot of these guys that's in front of him right here.
How many playoff games is he going to win?
Well, you see he's only got one. And that's like a lot of people keep saying Dallas is going to be bad. No, they won't. Trust me, guys. Dallas is going to win the NFC East, just like they did last year. They're going to walk away from it. Now what they do in the playoffs, there we go again, because Dallas makes stupid coaching mistakes on the side. And if McCarthy does this again, you don't have to worry about it.
It's been 30 years. It's not coaching mistakes.
Yeah, well, no. Well, you still got to go back to Tony Romo never had great defenses.
He said the Jacksonville Jaguars have more playoff wins since the Cowboys since 1995.
They probably do. There's a lot of people probably do. But now, when other people out of this NFC East quote me as Washington Redskins fans try to tell me sometimes, I'm like, why are you talking to me? It's been longer since you've won a Super Bowl than it has Dallas.
They don't even name their name don't even exist.
The expansion team, right?
It's
the Washington
horrible.
Commanders.
Yeah.
Get me on that. Don't get me on that.
Now,
subject.
Commanders, and as far as Guardians, that does sound like that sounds like a weekend baseball team.
I would rather be the Commanders, though, than the Guardians.
I wouldn't want to be either.
They're both generic teams from the Madden Maker team.
It is.
Is
it not? Is it not?
Like that. It could have been easy. The Wolves should have been the Washington teams. That could have been the easiest thing ever.
To me, Tommy, if you're a Guardian, this is how I look at a Guardian. If you are a Guardian, you don't care whether you win or lose. I'll just as soon give the game to the other team because I'm really the Guardian. I don't need to win.
Terry, that makes about as much
Right.
sense as all the other stuff. It comes spewing out of your mouth here when we start talking about
Tom,
the NFL.
It's like being a mom.
That makes no
A
sense.
mom's going to give up more, even if she has nothing, to her children than anything. So you are the Guardian. You're going to let us win because you don't want to win anyway.
All right, weird. But, all right,
crazy
last week we picked the Zach's Panthers. How many wins do we have yet?
7.
7 wins for the Panthers. Let's this week do Terry's Cowboys.
Yeah, 17-0.
Okay, well, that was easy.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, they had y'all picked to win on television one time. Said y'all not lose a game that year.
They went 11-6.
Yeah, but he had just said, 16-0?
He only missed by 6 or 5 or whatever it was. All right, week 1, home, Tom Brady.
Let somebody else start this one, and I was
That's gonna be
to
L.
What, Terry? You got to pick. You're first.
Oh,
Pick 'em.
okay. Then we'll beat
prime
Tampa. We're
time.
playing them at home.
8:20.
We should have beat them last year, y'all,
That must be Sunday night
in
football.
Tampa.
Tom,
No, that's
the next
Thursday.
week 2, home against the Bengals.
Cincinnati goes in there and beats them.
At the Giants, Zach.
They'll win that one.
Home against the Red Commanders, Terry.
Dak owns Washington, so there's another W.
At the Rams, Tommy.
Loss.
Yeah, there's a good L.
At Philadelphia, Zachary.
That's an L.
Home
We beat
against
down by about 40 last
home
year.
against Detroit.
We got a W.
Home against the Bears, Tommy.
They'll give a win there. They'll beat the Bears.
At Green Bay, Zach.
It's a loss.
At Minnesota, Terry.
That's a good pick. It's hard for us to win Green Bay. At Minnesota,
Outside.
we had a backup. Cooper won last year up there, so we'll win again.
Oh, it's cold up there.
Yeah, we beat them last year with a backup.
Home against the Giants, Tom.
They'll beat the Giants twice.
Home against the Colts, Zachary.
I'm gonna say they win that one. It'll be a good game though. That's a
I'm
prime
getting
time
some,
game.
I'm getting
again.
some good ones.
Home against the Texans,
We'll beat
Terry.
the Houston.
At Jacksonville, Tom.
They'll win.
Home against the Eagles, Zachary.
Win.
At Tennessee, Terry.
We'll lose that one.
And at Washington, Tom.
Washington beats them at home.
We got a winning record up there. That's our field. FedEx Field is
So,
Dallas.
Not with Walker to him Wentz now.
According to y'all three, 11-6 for the Dallas Cowboys. I will say, Terry, y'all may have the easiest schedule I've ever seen.
I'm gonna tell you,
There's
pretty
not a lot
easy.
of tough games on that schedule.
No,
I mean, they get to play the Texans.
Tell me
they
when
can play Jacksonville.
Let's say yes or no. Good teams. How about this? Look, Zach, Washington.
No.
Terry, Tennessee.
Yeah, they good.
Tom, Philadelphia.
Mediocre.
Yes or no? Good or bad? X or check? X or check? Are they a Super Bowl contender?
No.
Put it that way.
No.
Let's do it that way.
There you go.
That's
a
probably
good
because I had
way.
mediocre in my head, too.
Jacksonville.
No,
Zach.
No.
Terry, Houston.
no,
Tommy, Indianapolis.
Yes.
Terry, the Giants.
no,
Zach, Minnesota.
No.
Tom, Green Bay.
Yes.
Terry, the Bears.
no.
Zach, Detroit.
No, they're bad. Look like they got their division play is 2 weak divisions,
Rams.
and they're in a weak division.
Tom,
Yes.
Washington, no. Giants, no. Tampa and Cincinnati. So they play 6 real football teams this year.
Or do we say Cincinnati?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
counted
he
I counted
doubled
in
them up.
Tampa.
Y'all, everybody sees that our division is weak.
Y'all's division's weak.
Our division has more Super Bowl wins than any other division.
Joe,
in
we're
the
in
NFL.
2022.
I don't care. History tells all.
Well, history said that Cleveland is the Indians, but they're the Guardians.
God almighty.
Sorry, Tom. I had to tell Hoy
Where
that.
does
You'll probably hear that
come
all
from?
school year now.
That's where moonshine
Don't
must
get in
be
a fist
served
fight with Hoy.
before
it
I
burns.
get here. I think you guys hitting the sauce a little bit. It's like, okay.
If they get my Braves, I'm coming over to the dark side with you. I
They're
promise.
gonna get your Braves.
Tom, I'll
Don't
be
worry-
over there
don't worry
with you.
about it. Don't worry
I'll
about
be
it.
pissed
I mean,
too.
if it wasn't for New England winning so many in the AFC East, nobody'd be close. But they've won so many over there.
The Atlanta Expo. I mean, the Myrtle Beach Expo is coming to a city near you.
I would pull for that, especially if they brought back the old baby blues and
Atlanta's moving to
Myrtle.
Myrtle Beach and changing to the Expos, Tom. That's what I was saying.
Wrong answer. Tom don't even think.
Y'all, everything y'all seen the last 2 or 3 years, y'all don't believe that there's going to be a team in Myrtle Beach before this is all over with.
No.
I know it will. As soon as they allow betting, it's Myrtle Beach time on the ocean. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes. KDCBroadcasting.com.